Hello Palians, and welcome back to my channel. I have finally finished my autumn market cafe plot and I'm ready to show it to you. This one I have been working on for a little while and is definitely featured in some streams, so I hope you enjoy having a full look at it. Don't forget to like and also subscribe for more Palia content, but I really hope that this plot will help inspire you. So here is the entrance. As you can see, we have a nice arch here. I decided to keep it all very autumnal with the color palette. So we have some of the copper blocks and some wood on the archway here. I also got some flowers in here and some lighting too. I just wanted to kind of have like a little welcome open area with lots of pumpkins, lots of things that you would find for autumn, and it's well lit. And I decided to use the sandstone pavers because I think that complements this whole area really nicely. I love the way that the colors work here. It does feel very autumnal, and you get the little peak of the building and also the trees in the background, which I think is quite nice. And then as you come through the entrance, there is this way up to this platform, which took me a while to do, but it's actually a full circle, as you can see. And the reason why I wanted something in the center was so that I can break off and have different things at kind of each little kind of element. The platform is basically done by having one builder's block, and then I put the platforms around and managed to kind of make this circle shape. It did take a little while to do, and then I did add the planks, and you can go ahead and add in the fencing afterwards, and then it creates this really nice kind of little like post design, which I think looks really nice and just adds that extra little detail there. There's obviously lots of flowers here as well, which I love, and this fountain is colorized into the autumn colorway, so it kind of matches in nicely. I think the original one would look nice as well, but I love the orange glowing effects that it gives, so it's kind of cute. So the first area that I wanted to do for this plot, when I kind of had this whole idea, was like a market area. And originally I think I was going to just be like, I'm going to turn it all into a market, but then I realized how much work that would be. So over on the left hand side we have this market here. It has a nice little kind of feature in the center here using that wish tree from the Magi Market. I love the color of it and I thought it would work wonderfully, and I wanted it all to feel very rustic, which is why there's lots of woods here. So the first stall we come to is a little food stall. This is using the stall from Wreath. I know it has green, but I do feel like it kind of fits in because it matches the color of the gardenias, which is nice. And then this stall is just like pots and pans, kitchen utensils, and I just thought it would be a nice little kind of way to incorporate all of the gourmet items that we have. Also this little stand here, the veg stand, the fruit stand, I love that little kind of aspect of it. And then this one might be one of my favorites. This is all of the Chapper merch from the Magi Market, which I was like, yes, it's all the perfect color. So we have the balloons, the cushions, the cups back there, there's even some plushies up top, and I tried to get in as much as possible, and there's even some on the outside as well. These stalls are quite easy to do. I just kind of rotated down the top roof a little bit, and that kind of gives it more of a stall feel as opposed to it just being straight, but it just looks super cute, and it's just a nice little kind of details. It's got lots of details and I think it looks wonderful for this market. There is a little bit of a sign out front, which I tried to do with most of my stalls as well, just so it wasn't so boring. This next one is the first stall that I did, and this is my florist, and I love the fact that we have the grow all out table on the back wall. I love doing this. When I saw it I was like, yes, this will be perfect for the florist. I love daisies, so it works really nicely here. And then there is just lots and lots of foliage. Some of it looks like you would want to buy, but maybe you wouldn't want to buy this pot. But either way, I think it's still cute. It's very rustic. This one has the copper on the back, which I think just added a bit of a difference because this is kind of the main stall and the first one that you see. And for the sign down here, I decided to add in the little mirror down there as well. But yeah, super cute. I still love this stall. I would definitely work here. And then this next one has the same design as the Chapper one that we just saw, but this is a candle store, so we have all of the different candles. There are lots in the game, so I was like, why not? Let's add lots and lots of candles. The tills I've used as the bellflower alarm clock just turned around. I know you can't really see it, but I think it's kind of cute, and it has all of those, again, lots of oranges in here. and I think that helps with the glow of the candles as well. Emberborn stuff has been really nice to use with this autumn theme, so I'm glad I've had a chance to do that because I haven't really played with it and decorated with it much yet. This next stall is kind of like a witchy stall. I was going to do it as a bookshop. I was like, that's going to take so many books, so I decided to add in some potions, some gemstones, a little fungi. There's some of the kind of moonstruck items out front as well, just to tie that in a bit. I could have added more color here with the different items, but honestly, the modification kits are expensive, so we decided to keep it mostly in their kind of natural colorways, but I think it works and it does tie in nicely. And then just to finish it off and make it feel a little bit more symmetrical, we also have another food stall over here. So I'm going to take you over to the other side now, which is where we have our pumpkin patch. And this is kind of a take on a pumpkin patch that I did last year. And I do actually have a video of that, which is a speed build if you want some more inspiration for pumpkin patches. But this is what I went with. I've used the Kilima rugs as a base to act as dirt. And then I've just gone in with some fencing around the outside, some fallen leaves, obviously pumpkins, and the Fringlehead frond items, is that what they're called? The kind of plants that look like vines, just to add in between the pumpkins to give the illusion that the pumpkins are actually growing off of them. I thought that that was nice. Again, along the walkway we have yet more sandstone pavers, which I think works wonderfully. And then at the end we have this built up platform, and this is where you can come and buy your pumpkins. I decided to use the cutout standees here as well because I feel like fall festival, maybe they would have like little fun things for like children to do. So that's why they're here, and I think they work nicely as well. And they also add in a pop of white just to make it feel a bit brighter as well. So up here, obviously, we have lots and lots of pumpkins. There's some other like farm details as well, which I wanted to incorporate, very much keep it like a farm market. And I think it looked quite good. I'm probably not as happy with it as I wanted to be, but when you've put that much work into it, I think I just couldn't bring it in me to tear it down. So we just kind of rolled with it and made the best that we could have. And I think it works. It works for the area, and it's nice to have like a focal point at the end of the walkway along here. If you're doing something like this, in my other pumpkin patch, I decided to add in a gazebo at the end, and that worked really nicely, and that acted as like a carving station, and that was quite a cool idea as well. So the main thing that we have left to tour now is obviously the big house. There is a lot in here. My decor limit is at about 2,700, so I'm pretty close to the overall limit, and you'll probably see why when we go in the house because it is very cluttered. But before we get there, there is just this little walkway out here which is just kind of autumnal, just like a nice seating area. And then we have the entranceway up here, which I kind of decorated. Inside, I wanted it to be like a cafe vibe, so I thought it'd be quite nice to have some seating out here. As you can see, there is some goodies on there as well, but everything kind of has that rustic take to it. And then if we walk into the house itself, as you can see, in the center, we have this lovely, I don't really know what to call it, but it is kind of like a pumpkin display, and it has candles, and I think it was just a really nice nod to autumn, and it kind of goes all the way around. And I've used it, because this is a cafe, I've used it to have like benches on the side as well. These the spring fever trellises are really nice for this, so we have some benches on the outside. Obviously so many candles, so much foliage. And then on the other side, I decided, I've seen a lot of people doing this, and we have like little platforms up just to like some little cozy nooks where you can enjoy some food or a drink, read a book, relax. Obviously there's nods to autumn, just trying to keep that in keeping with the whole kind of build. So we have pumpkins around, lots of lights and candles. And then the same over here. I tried to replicate exactly the same style, just change it up a little bit in some little details along there. There is some more seating around here as well, which I think they look really good. I think it's like a really nice way, especially if you're like feeling daunted by the size of the Grand Harvest House, just to have these little platforms. It's really nice. And then here is the cafe itself. If you watched the stream where I tried to get the cafe in the main bit, yeah, that didn't go well. So this is what I decided to do with it, and I think it works so much better. Over here we have some more seating, lots of artwork on the walls. There's even some little bar areas with food, and you can also sit at the bar if you want to, because I just put some stools there. But as you can see, there is lots of goodies here, and it's all mixed in with kind of the kitchen area where you can see there's prep that can be done, and also items on the walls. I really tried to make it feel super cluttered, and the bar itself, like the whole stool area, this took me a while to do and get right because I wanted it to be really symmetrical but also have some nice little details on it, otherwise it would have looked pretty plain. So I'm glad I've added in those little nods and kind of little touches to autumn. So we've got like the wreaths on the side and also the nice lights just to make it feel a bit brighter. But I'm really happy with this. It is the pumpkin cafe, and I think it definitely has a lot of pumpkins, so hopefully it met the brief. And then around here on the bottom floor, we have the cozy fire area, which just has like a nice little relax area, lots of items on the wall. There is a little jukebox over here, another little seating here. We've got the swing bench inside. Wouldn't recommend swinging on that one because you might hit the wall, but I really like the way that it looked. And then back through here, we have some more clutter, just like storage stuff. It was a great filler kind of space there. And then through here I wanted to have like a stage area because I wanted it to be like a place where you could really come, read a book, get some food, do all of that fun stuff, and also come maybe listen to an open mic night, have like a poetry performance. So that is what we've done here. We've got the seating down here, there's some snacks over on the side, and then obviously we've got all the musical instruments on the side as well, up on the stage with the drum. I tried to get it really nicely lighted using the Ravenwood kind of spotlights on the ceiling, and I think that worked really well. It kind of really says, look, here is the performers, watch them. And also I used the Paltech fans to give the illusion that they're like speakers or more spotlights, and I think they work well for that, just have it like turned around that way. The backdrop is really nice. I managed to get a rug up on the wall just to add some detail, and I'm happy with this. I'm happy with the way it looks, and it does feel like a fully functional space. So the last area to show you is obviously upstairs, and for upstairs I decided to go for kind of more of a library study space. So I thought it's like a functional cafe. Sometimes people like to work in cafes, so that is what we have done up here. This I have to talk about because I did this the very first update of stream. As you can see, it's like a walkway that has been filled with decor pieces and flowers. So I did this the first day on stream when the update came for the Grand Harvest House, and then numpty me a few moments later, few days, maybe even months later, I added in the fireplace down there, which broke everything, and everything went away, and I ummed and ahed about redoing it because I was worried about the item limit. But thankfully I did have enough item limit to redo it, and I think I made it maybe a little bit better, maybe worse, I'm not really sure. But it's a really nice idea, and I've seen quite a few people doing it, so I'm quite proud that I've kind of like influenced or inspired you guys to do the same, because it does feel like a big empty space a lot of the time, so having that there does add like a nice focal point. As you can see, we've got lots of details on the wall. I feel like the little walkways on here are quite hard because they're like a bit of an odd space as to like, what do I put there? But I think this is quite nice. It still gives you a lot of space to walk around. And then as you can see, we've got some books here, some tables. I did these bookshelves with the building blocks just to add something a bit more grander. And then there's another workspace here, a little sofa, get another view of everything that's along there, and another workspace over here as well. And then I just repeated what I did on the right hand side on the left hand side, but down here, because obviously we don't have the stairs, we just have a little cozy reading area. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It is very autumnal, which is exactly what I wanted. I don't know what my favorite part is. Maybe the market and maybe the pumpkin cafe. They are kind of like standout features for me. But I really hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite part is. And I hope you can take some inspiration from this for your autumn builds as well. Look at it down there. There's so much going on. It is very cluttered, but that is just kind of the way that I like to decorate. So if that's not for you, I apologize, but I really hope you've enjoyed looking at this nonetheless. And have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.